Hello, Tim here from Stowhill Estates, Berkshire, and today I am at the Green Oak in Oakley Green, and we're doing something a little bit unusual this time. So we've decided to record a 3-part mini-series for the next few episodes of Stowhill Estates Meets. So sit back, relax and enjoy part 1. Hello everybody and welcome to Stowhill Estates Meets, and today, as you can see, we are in a new location which we're affectionately calling the Horse Box, and my guest with us this morning is Bernice Littleboy from B-FIT Ascot. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
How are you finding things in the Horse Box so far?
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, isn't it? Yeah. It's a nice location.
Really nice location, very unusual.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't done one before in here.
No, never sat in a horse box before, I can honestly say.
I think only horses have, as a rule. So as you guys will be able to tell, we're also outside today, so you might hear some birds tweeting and other idyllic countryside sounds, or a motorbike. So see how that pans out. So Bernice, let's start with the big question. So B-FIT Ascot.
Yes.
Tell me about yourselves.
Yeah, so I set up my business 7 years ago. I was a midwife previously for over 20 years, and just found that work-life balance and fitting in 3 children, and I thought, well, I'm actually really passionate about fitness, so how can I combine my sort of knowledge of babies, mums, with the fitness industry? Yeah. So then trained as a personal trainer and started B-FIT, and that's kind of where it all began. So I became a sort of licensee of B-FIT, and then doing my personal training course, then sort of went further into different areas. And now I actually train women all the way up till post-menopause. So as I've got older, then my clientele also have got older, and I still have a lot of people that started B-FIT with me that still continue with classes now.
How lovely.
Yeah, it's really
nice.
It's
nice sort of continuity on the journey.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
And for the uninitiated, myself included, tell me a bit about B-FIT.
Yeah, so B-FIT is it's an outdoor exercise class for mums with babies or children, and basically it's people I think are worried that it's a real, sort of running with buggies. It's not. It's a walk in the park with stops for exercise. Right,
so that's interesting, because I would have thought I'd be jogging along.
Yeah, no, we don't do any running. It's really low key, so it's suitable for all fitness levels, and actually for me the most important thing is getting out and meeting other mums and that community, and also the feel good sort of hormones of getting out in the fresh air. So I always say to people, no matter what sort of night's sleep you've had, come along, because even just doing the walk and chatting to other people is going to make you feel better. Yeah. We go for coffee afterwards, so it's a really social class, and because you're moving and you might need to stop to do something, it's a class where you get to chat to everybody, so people can come on their own and they soon will chat to somebody. So it's not like going to an organised class where you sort of sit in the same space and you might want to go with friends. It's a really sort of all-inclusive, welcoming class.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So it's also a combination of kind of like social networking.
Yes. Yeah, and that's what everyone says about B-FIT. It's a community. So you get a real community of mums, and the exercise is, so I always say, if you don't want to do the exercise, just prod your baby and sit and have a little feed or a chat. So so we do exercise, and it is very much postnatal specific, so it is really good, but you do as little or as much as you want to.
So what was your journey? How did you come by this concept? What got you involved with B-FIT?
Yeah, so I knew somebody in my area that ran B-FIT, and she just said, when I was giving up my career as a midwife, she just said, actually, if you're going to train as a personal trainer, B-FIT would be amazing for you, because you've got that background and the mums are going to trust what you say in terms of being a midwife. And I looked into it, and the founder was somebody who I really related to. And she set this up when she realised there wasn't really anything around for mums except to go and sit and eat cake and have a cup of tea. So actually she said, I wanted to get fit having had a baby and wanted to feel like myself again, and actually getting outside and getting fresh air and doing some fitness.
That's nice.
So I really related with her, and then it became very easy to work with her. And I'm now actually one of the B-FIT ambassadors, so I help support other B-FIT trainers in the country and help with the sort of mandatory update days and things like that. So yeah, it's really exciting.
And so do you think that your, propensity, or you're kind of leaning towards fitness yourself, that was like an obvious match, right? It was like an obvious marriage because it gave you an outlet.
Yes.
And it also gave you something that not everybody else was doing.
Yes,
like
exactly.
you say, there was quite a lot of excuse the pun, but like sort of buggy unfit options.
Yes.
This is like the other end of the spectrum, right?
Yeah, definitely.
With your kind of people that you work with, your clients, you said that you've got lots of people who kind of, they've been through a journey with you,
yes.
and that kind of process has evolved. You must have, at some points, seen people go through all different ups and downs and walks of life and challenges and things like that. The mental health side of things got to be quite important as well for the exercise.
For me, mental health is the biggest part of what I do, is supporting women with their mental health journey. I actually got into exercise from my own perspective because it helped me with my mental health after I lost my mum. So, and I do talk on a course called Hope in Depression on the benefits of exercise for your mental health. And for me, specifically being outside, I think has got huge benefits. And one of the biggest things I say about my class is it's that community and that mental health benefit. I think it's absolutely huge, and it's something that's really, really important to me.
I think that's, I love that concept.
Yeah.
The simple thing of going outside and taking a walk, for example. And I think a lot of people became probably more, not just self-aware, but aware in general of other people's states of mind, probably going back, what are we, 2024, 4 years into lockdown.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because you had suddenly lots of people who were maybe less able to interact with people and get out and about, and that thing of, you're allowed to leave the house became so fundamental, I think, to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I am probably a bad example nowadays because I have a dog, which is great, so that gives me an excuse to leave the house. But when you're really busy, sometimes it can be hard to fit things in.
Yes.
Do you have any advice or tips for anyone about how they can kind of fit in exercise or make sure that they're disciplining themselves or leaving the house? Like, what's your advice on
my biggest advice is to schedule it in. So I will sit down on a Sunday and I will schedule in all of my runs, all of my workouts into my diary. So then they're like an important meeting. So I wouldn't miss an important meeting. So therefore I don't miss my exercise. I always say to people, put your workout clothes out the day before. So if you're stepping over them in the morning, you're going to feel really guilty if you don't put them on. So get your clothes ready the night before, and maybe arrange to, if you really struggle to get out, arrange to meet somebody. So if you've arranged to meet a friend at 7 o'clock in the morning, you're much less likely not to go. So I go lake swimming now, and there's a group of us, and we arrange to go for an early slot on a Saturday morning. And I know it's before any of my children's activities, so therefore, I'm committed to going. So that really, really helps. But just scheduling it into your day, I think, makes such a difference.
So it's if I was going to summarise, it's kind of prioritisation, preparation, and accountability.
Yes, perfect.
Those three?
Yeah, that's really good. I like that.
Keep that one.
I will.
So you mentioned lake swimming, and you mentioned running. So what's your go-to exercise? What do you enjoy the most?
Oh, I love exercise. So running is my biggest thing. So I'm a really, really keen runner. I belong to a running club, and again, that's actually another good tip, is joining a running club makes it so much more enjoyable. So I know that if I turn up to an event and I've got my club vest on, even if I don't know everybody, they will go, oh, you're Bracknell Forest runners, and hi, and so that's been really, really good for me. I also love strength training because it makes me feel a little bit like Superwoman. It makes me feel really, really powerful, and I love being in the lake because it's so mindful. I like paddleboarding. For me, I struggle to find things I enjoy that isn't exercise.
Well, but that's not a bad problem to
no,
have, is
absolutely.
it? So outside of work, outside of exercise, what else do you enjoy?
So I enjoy reading.
Yeah.
So I do spend time reading. I enjoy spending time with my family. I've got a husband, 3 children, dog, cat, tortoise. So busy with them. But as they're now teenagers, it changes in the demands that they have. I just enjoy being outside, gardening, just being outside in nature. I do like being outside.
So you don't like it when it rains?
No, do you know though, actually running in the rain is really quite a joyful experience. There's something really quite nice about running in the rain. But no, I do prefer it when it's sunny.
The 3 days a year that we might get. Well, one question that I always like to ask people is, celebrity dinner party. Because I think it's always revealing who people pick.
Oh, now you've really got me thinking.
Tell me a bit about how you're thinking. So let's say that you were, carte blanche, alive or no longer with us, and you could invite 3 people. See if we can get to 3. Who are you having around for tea? And I'll cook.
Oh, nice.
If that helps.
Okay, yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't have to invite a good cook then?
Well, I mean, you can. You can, but it would just be embarrassing for me, to be honest, because then they're going to have to eat my reasonably mediocre food, so that'd be...
Okay, so I won't invite...
Yeah.
I would invite Joe Wicks.
Oh, yeah?
Because actually he is incredible in how he has motivated the nation. And I think he's genuinely, if you listen to his podcasts and things with him, his backstory is great. Yeah. And also I think, I'd be able to hopefully show him how he needs to get a few older women involved to help with his campaign in driving forward. But yes, I'd like to meet him and have a chat.
Great energy as well.
Great energy.
Yeah.
He has got terrific energy.
Yeah. You'd struggle to keep him quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want somebody that's really chatty.
That's nice.
At a dinner party, you want somebody that's really chatty and really enigmatic, and he's definitely. And then Chris Evans.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love Chris Evans. I love his breakfast show, and again, really chatty. Loves running. He's alcohol free now, and I've given up alcohol, so I love hearing his journey into that. And and generally, again, just really chatty, really personable. I think he'd be a really fun person to have.
So you're going to struggle to get a word in edgeways.
I'm just going to sit there quietly.
But I think that's kind of the point, like when you can choose your own guests.
You want everybody to be chattering and getting on well.
Have you got one more that you want to throw in the mix?
Well, I like Vassos, who works with Chris Evans. He can come along too, because he's a really mad, passionate runner.
Yeah.
Or actually, there's a really great ultra runner called Sophie Power, and she's doing a lot for women in running, and really opening doors with women getting into races. She's passionate about helping women in the sort of running community. So yeah, her name's Sophie Power, and she's amazing.
That's nice. Yeah. What a great table.
Yeah, it'd be really nice table.
And also, it means that. It makes it, I'm going to say it's going to be a reasonably inexpensive evening. Chris isn't drinking.
I'm not drinking.
You're not drinking. The wine list can be smaller. It's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
And everybody can go for a run the next day.
Yeah, we can all go for a run together the next morning. That would be amazing.
Well, look, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a real pleasure chatting and understanding a bit more about you and the business. And stay tuned to our social channels for more hints, tips and tricks about how to stay fit and active.
Lovely. Thank you ever so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.